Hello, 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 hello. I actually just went onto Facebook, so I just thought I'd jump on and do a quick live, and I clicked on live, and then it just all got so very complicated. So I just came back to good old Zoom and thought I would record this on Zoom and post it because it's simpler. I haven't been on here for ages, so for those of you that know me, hello, hello, hello. It's so good to see you again. And for those of you who I have not met before or worked before, my name is Patricia Ezechie. I'm an executive coach, and I work with people to help them create the careers they want for lives where they thrive. So the whole purpose of our work together will be to help you to get to a place where you're doing the work that you want to do, doing it with your best self, so present and authentic, using your very best skills and your strengths, but always in a way that supports your aspirations for success as well as your health and well-being. Because frankly, without the health and well-being piece, we haven't got anything else. And as we get to know each other more, you'll understand what the driver is for me working in this way and the way I have been working with clients for many, many, many years. So why back on today after so much time? I've been thinking about it and prevaricating about it, and it was just time. And just today in particular, at first it's Wednesday, and I love Wednesdays because for me, Wednesday is the middle of the week. And if the week started wonderfully, then we're still in the middle and we can still do great, great things. So it's a watershed. And if the week didn't start so well, there's still plenty of time to kind of pivot and rethink and switch up our thinking and still make the week effective and useful for us. So Wednesday is a great day. I always love it. It's the middle of the week. And if I'm going to do this, which I think I'm going to do more regularly, it's probably going to be a Wednesday. That's my thinking at the moment. But anyway, back to why I came on today. I've been getting a lot of things have been happening with my client work recently. And it's a thread that runs through a lot of the work that I talk to people about. And I wanted to kind of share it because it's a belief and a thought that many people have. And I think it really is stymieing and getting people really stuck in their careers. And let me just give you a couple of examples. One of them is that I hear quite often is, I'm not being provided with opportunities to develop. I'm not being provided with opportunities to progress. My line manager isn't developing me. My line manager is blocking me. My line manager is getting in my way. And every time I hear this, it kind of makes me feel a little bit, because there's something in that thinking, there's something in that belief that is really subjugating and reactive. There's something in it that gives the power for what's happening to you, if you're the one saying this, or for me, if I was the one saying this, that squarely gives the power for my development and my progression and my career to somebody else. There's something here about abdicating responsibility for myself, which is even deeper than that in thinking this. And I wanted to really, really just come on today and start to talk about that. If you work with me and you have worked with me, you know it's a big thread that runs through all the work that I do. This whole idea that the only people that control us and our careers are us. So if I'm thinking along the lines that I'm not being developed, not being given opportunities, it sets me on the back foot. By its very nature, it's giving any power that I have over to somebody else. So today's kind of video or Facebook Live that went wrong is really about just getting you to start to think a bit differently about yourself if you are in this strange, convoluted, twisted paradigm, this strange belief. Because fundamentally, if you're believing and you're thinking that your development is dependent on somebody else's whim, is dependent on somebody else's effort, is dependent on somebody else taking action on your behalf, you could be in a situation that I find many people in where they feel stuck, where they feel trapped, where they feel helpless, where they feel hopeless. So the one thing I wanted to share today is if you're thinking that, stop thinking that. Stop thinking that right now. And it's a really simple thing. Just shift the thinking. Think about what we're talking about. If I say to you, to somebody else, that somebody isn't doing something for me, in that very sentence, especially around my career, it means that I am giving my power away to somebody else. I'm not saying that somebody might step in and support you in your development and in your idea about where you want to go and in your ambition and want to sponsor you. That's very, very different. But if you've come to a place, and this is really showing up for the people that I'm working in around this whole idea of proactive empowered career management, which we'll talk about a bit more in probably one of these next Facebook Live videos that I do, is coming up for people that are feeling really disempowered. They're feeling that I'm being blocked, I'm being stopped, that somebody somehow has so much control and influence over them and what they do, that if they don't give them a hand, that they can't progress. Well, if you're here and we're going to work together, one of the big mindset shifts we're going to be working on is this whole idea about responsibility and who is responsible for me or who is responsible for you in terms of your career and your development. So if you're one of the people that is thinking this or has said this to yourself, which is quite damaging, or to anybody else, it's time to kind of shift that mindset, because inherent in that thought and in that thinking is the idea that responsibility for your progression sits outside of you. Now, my take on this is that is not the way it's going to be, and that's not the way it can be, because if it is, and I allow it to happen, it always means that my progression is dependent on somebody else. It cannot be. It cannot be, because it then means that how far I can go and how far I will go is that it's on somebody else. It's dependent on their whim, their energy, their focus. No, 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 no. Where you're going, where I'm going, is coming from where we want to go and what we want to do. Because the bottom line is, in my career, I have the power. In your career, you have the power. In all of your careers, you have the choice. And something has got lost, I think, in the messaging that some of us have received as we've progressed in our careers, or where we are now, that makes us believe that that isn't the case. So I wanted to just come on today and talk a little bit about that. We've barely scratched the surface with that whole idea of that particular mindset shift, but it's been coming up a lot in my conversation. So I thought I'd just come on today very quickly and try and disabuse any of you who are thinking along those lines, who are tempted to say to anybody, my line manager isn't, and fill in the blanks. My boss hasn't given me any opportunities. I am not being developed. Because in this world where there's so much information out there and there's so much agency for each of us, if we really want to do something, to do it, that's a cop-out and it's an excuse, and it's keeping you stuck in the space that you don't want to be. So very quick today, very, very quick Facebook Live gone wrong video. But what I love about Skype is you can make yourself look it gives you that lovely hazy look that kind of makes you look a little bit younger. Vain, I know, but anyway. Facebook Live, I couldn't get it to work. So we did it on Zoom today, and it seems to have been working really effectively. And I just want to check my list to make sure, because my brain is really, I have so much in it that I don't remember everything I'm going to say. So say hello, check. Talk to you about Wednesday, check. Introduce myself, which I did. If you're coming at the end, Patricia Ezechie. We are going to get to know each other very, very, very well over the next intervening time. And my job is to help you transform your career. Bottom line, transform your beliefs about yourself, transform your beliefs about the energy you think you have, transform your beliefs about your power, and to help you create that career where you are thriving and you are succeeding and you are clear on what you want and you know how you're going to get it. Talk about the clients, which I did, and hopefully connect, which I have done, I hope. So it's Wednesday. I have got so much to do today, but I'm so excited about it because it's all really great things. And I'm hoping that you're in a place on this Wednesday where you are excited about all the things, all the amazing things that you are going to do or you're putting in place to enable you to do that. I always say, whenever I work with people, that if you take nothing away from a conversation with me, take at least this, that actually you can take responsibility, you can take control. You just need the right support. And for whatever reason you're watching this today, means that the right support has showed up in your stream or wherever, or if you're on the page. So my friends, till next Wednesday. Oh, a couple of other things I had to tell you. Free resources. If you're somebody who's thinking, oh, it's all very well you saying that, but what do I do next? I've got you covered. go across to my website. There will be a link below this video, www.patriciaezechie.com. The spelling's underneath there, the link's underneath there. In the My Services bit, you will find, if you're somebody who is a little bit depleted, mentally, physically, and emotionally, there is a 5-day reset in there. That's a free training that will take you in 5 days from 0 to feeling considerably better in your body and in your mind. If you're somebody who is feeling a little bit discombobulated about what your next step is, there's a whole assessment thing in there that will give you a personalized career action plan to get you started. So do you get the gist of this? We don't do the excuses thing here. We're all about being proactive. We're all about being empowered, and we're all about doing the do. So there are a couple of things there. And the other thing that I'm doing, which you should be ready, I think, tomorrow to go live on Friday, I've done a whole new free training for you that will take you through 5 really discrete, concrete strategies that you can start straight away with some little bits of workbooks and things, or a little bit of self-coaching that you can do to really take a deeper dive into this to help you begin to shift out of this space of inertia. So if you are feeling, for whatever reason, the stuckiness, the stickiness, the hopelessness, the helplessness, the powerlessness, the whateverness, that means that you cannot show up in this world in your amazing glory and your amazing color, having the influence that you can have, doing the things that you know you can do with, and doing them in a way that's supporting you, not just mentally, emotionally, and physically, but also providing you with a resource that you need to live well, then I am here and we're going to do the do. And everything you need to get started, you can find in the link below. And the training will be on in a couple of days. So we have started our conversation, and long may it continue. And if you're watching this and you're thinking, that's really interesting, but, put this under the video. Ask me questions. My job as an executive coach, and I coach some of the great and the good, and I'm here to coach you as well. So if you have a question and you need support, I am your person. Put your comments in the video underneath this, and I will do what I can in terms of providing feedback, providing coaching by email, coming on and coaching you live if you want to be coached live. But the main thing is, you do not have to be in this place if you've reached this place of hapless, hopeless, and all those other things. And we are going to shift you out of that. So I think I gave myself maybe 15, 20 minutes. I hope I've kept it within that time frame. It is Wednesday. It is Watershed Wednesday. I was going to say ham there. Where did that come from? It is Watershed Wednesday. Just have an amazing one. Everything to play for. The middle of the week. If it didn't go so great, Monday, Tuesday, whole new day. We're going to shift it around. If you were cooking on gas and we were firing all cylinders, and you've come to here and you just need a little bit of a pick me up, I'm picking you up. It's Wednesday. There's so much to play for. And if you're somewhere in the middle, it's Wednesday. It's the watershed. There's everything to play for. I will see you next Wednesday, where we will talk about hopefully something else that you've sent me, if you've got something you want to ask me, or something that I'm finding that's coming up in the conversations that I'm having with all the people that I'm working with. Because invariably, we don't live in isolation. What's happening for me and for several people will also be resonating for you. So hopefully we'll get some value and service out of that. I think that's everything I meant to say. Now I'm on, I don't want to get off. Have a great Wednesday, and I'll see you guys next week. And take the very best care of yourselves, as always. Bye for now.